Time once again for Melody Ranch and Gene Autry.
I'm back in the saddle again, out where a friend is a friend, where the longhorn cattle feed on the lowly Jimson weed. I'm back in the saddle again.
That's right, folks. It's another visit with all the gang here at Melody Ranch. There's Pat Buttram, the Cass County Boys, the Gene Autry Blue Jeans, Carl Cotner's Melody Ranch Hardway 6, and yours truly, Charlie Lyon. Right now, though, meet the boss man himself, America's favorite cowboy, Gene Autry.
Tweedle-o-twill, puffin' on corn silk. Tweedle-o-twill, whittling wood, sitting there wishing he could go fishing over the hill. Oh, tweedle-o-twill, tweedle-o-twill, don't he look drowsy? Tweedle-o-twill, nodding his head, bet he feels lazy, plucking that daisy, getting a thrill. Oh, tweedle-o-twill. Tweedle-o-twill, bobbing and weaving. Tweedle-o-twill, wading in corn, taking it easy, out where it's breezy. Better be still, oh, tweedle-o-twill. Well, howdy there, friends and neighbors, and welcome once more to Melody Ranch. Friends, a lot of ballads are written every year, but usually only a few survive. Here's one we hope will be around for a long, long time. How many arms have held you and hated to let you go? How many, I wonder, but I really don't want to know. How many lips have kissed you and set your soul aglow? How many, I wonder, but I really don't want to know. So always make me wonder, always make me guess, and even if I ask you, darling, don't confess. Just let it remain your secret. But darling, I love you so. No wonder, I wonder, though I really don't want to know.
No wonder, he wonders,
though I really don't want to know. Well, thank you very much, folks. And now
Greetings, Mr. Autry. Greetings. How do you like my fancy outfit for the big rodeo in Mesa City next week?
Well, I was just wondering what you were all dressed up for, Pat.
Yeah.
A 10-gallon hat.
Yeah.
pearl handle shooting irons.
Yes, sir.
And look at your fancy chaps. They've got fuzzy-looking wool all over them.
Now, don't be funny, Buster. You know I ain't wearing chaps. Them's my legs.
Boy, that's some outfit you're wearing there,
Yeah,
Pat.
it is. Did you ever see anything like me before?
No, not without digging.
Yeah, well, you can have your fun, Mr. Artery, but just this morning I met the queen of the rodeo, personal.
Don't tell me that you met her wearing that outlandish rig that you've got on.
Yes, sir, and she thought I was in town for the marble tournament, you know.
Oh. What made her think that?
I don't know. I heard her say to this fellow, she said, I don't think this Buttrum's got all his marbles. I guess she thought I was pretty good looking, though. She said my face reminded her of home.
Is that
Yeah.
so? Where does she live?
I was somewhere in Death Valley. I don't know. But, Mr. Artery, you should have seen me perform at last year's rodeo.
Oh?
Yeah. I tried for the big cash prize, and I rode a big Brahma bull.
You rode a Brahma bull?
Oh, yeah. I got on this charging, ferocious critter, grabbed him by the horns, and away we went, a charging and a bucking. Boy, it was something.
Oh, did you win any cash prize?
No, but the next day the Blue Cross sent me my hospital payment. I took my prize lariat and I lassoed this bull by the tail.
Oh, that's hard to do.
Oh, I done it, though. And he drugged me all over the field. Finally, he broke my beautiful lariat.
Rawhide?
Sure was. Couldn't sit down for a week. But I really showed everybody up in the final event.
Oh, I'll bet you did.
Oh,
Yeah.
I shined there. That's the one where they got a contest for the cowboys milking wild cows, you know.
Oh, that's hard to believe.
Oh.
It's hard to believe that you were fast enough to win the cow milking contest.
Why, I done it the modern mechanized way.
Oh?
I grabbed 4 of the cows at once, put the electric milker on them, poured the milk into a freezer, added 2 dozen eggs, mixed in a dash of vanilla, a sprinkle of nutmeg, cranked the freezer, and served vanilla ice cream to the crowd before the other cowboys found out where the faucet was. Oh, so long, Mr. Artery. See you at the rodeo.
So long, Patrick. Well, that's the way the little ball bounces. And before Buttram shows up in a new costume, I know that you'd like to hear the Cass County Boys and the Blue Jeans. Kids?
There's a tiny house
There's a tiny house
by a tiny stream
by a tiny stream
where a lovely lass
where a lovely lass
had a lovely dream.
had a lovely dream.
And her dream came true.
And her dream came true quite unexpectedly. In Gilly Gilly, Austin, Pepper, Katzenell, and Bogan by the sea. She was out one day
She was out one day
where the tulips grow.
where the tulips grow.
When a handsome lad
When a handsome lad
stopped to say hello.
stopped to say hello.
And before she knew,
And before she knew,
she kissed her tenderly. In Gilly Gilly, Austin, Pepper, Katzenell, and Bogan by the sea. The happy pair were married one Sunday afternoon.
they left the church and ran away to spend the honeymoon in a tiny house
In a tiny house
by a tiny stream
by a tiny stream
where the lovely lass
where the lovely lass
had a lovely dream.
had a lovely dream.
And the last I heard,
And the last I heard, they still live happily.
in Gilly Gilly,
Austin, Pepper,
Katzenell,
Bogan by the sea. In Gilly Gilly, Austin, Pepper, Katzenell, and Bogan by the sea.
Oh, thanks for a swell song, Cass County Boys and Blue Jeans. And I know you enjoyed singing it, too. You know, like most cowboys, I get the urge every now and then to do a little roaming. Nowadays, though, things keep me pretty busy right here at Melody Ranch, except when the Rangers ask me to take on a special assignment. Well, today's story started out that way, after a whole series of payroll robberies. Headquarters wanted me and a sidekick I could trust to show up around Mesa City as cowhands following the roundup season. Well, we left our horse trailers at the Juan Sanchez Ranch and took to the saddle. so's we'd look the part when we got to Mesa City.
Brother, if you ask me, we are now riding into about the dullest burg that I've ever set eyes on.
Now, don't be too sure, sonny boy. You can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, I know. Hey, what's causing that barrage?
Well, they interrupted something you were saying about Mesa City being dead.
I wonder if I'll ever learn to keep my big mouth shut. Hey, that was close, Gene.
Nobody's shooting at you, Pat.
Hey, wait, you're heading towards that building.
Why, sure. You wanted excitement? Maybe we'll find some.
I'll be doggone. It's empty. Not a trace of anybody. I'd have swore this is where them shots come from.
Oh, sure it is. Look at that mirror behind the bar. 2 bullet holes in it.
Yeah, but the bodies, where are they?
Maybe Goat can tell us.
Well, as I live and breathe, if it ain't Gene Autry. Doggone my hard head, it's good to see you, cowboy.
Well, the same here, Goat. Say, I want you to meet a friend of mine, Patrick A. Buttram. Pat, this is Goat Miller.
Glad to know you, Goat. With a name like that, I hardly know whether to shake your hand or blate.
Pat, this fellow's laid out more tough guys by butting them in the stomach than Hickok did with his .44. Say, by the way, Goat, what was all that shooting about a few minutes ago?
Oh, that? Some of the boys got to acting up and started a little target practice on my mirror.
Did anybody get shot?
No, but there's 2 of them in the back room trying to learn to breathe again. Gene, is there anything I can do for you boys?
Maybe. We're looking for a job.
Fred Mackey's taking on all the help he can get for his spring roundup. Biggest operation around Mesa City.
Well, that's the kind of place we're looking for. Something big. Well, Fred Mackey hired us on Goat Miller's recommendation. We had to bunk in the main house because Mackey had put on so many hands that the bunkhouse was full up. When Pat and I got to our room, we found another fellow who had been assigned to the same quarters. His name was Daggett. And it took me exactly 10 seconds to decide that he wasn't going to like us or anybody else.
Well, don't tell me both of you are going to bunk in here, too.
What's he got to kick about? He's getting better company than we are.
Pipe down now, Pat. Seems to be plenty of room here, partner.
Guy's entitled to some privacy. The way Mackey's skimping on bunk room and chow, it's no wonder he's making a lot of money.
He's paying top wages, isn't he?
All right, so what?
Well, that's good enough for us.
Well, it's not good enough for me.
Then why don't you get a job somewhere else?
Maybe I will, smart boy.
Good. Don't let us change your mind.
Well, you're just itching for a fight, ain't you? All right, maybe I can oblige.
Oh, no, you don't.
Woo! That's a boy, Gene. This fellow'll need more'n beefsteak to cure that shiner.
All right, I'll get even with you, Autry. It's the last thing I do.
I can hardly wait. Come on, Pat, let's get out of here. I need some fresh air.
Gene, I've throwed my rope over every kind of 4-legged animal in the West, but I never saw one that didn't look better going away than our new roommate does coming towards me.
I didn't like him either, Pat. But I don't think he'll give us any more trouble.
I don't know. He acts like being ornery is the only fun he gets out of life.
Well, a ranger's special assignment is usually full of surprises. But we got plenty of them on our first day in the Mesa City area. I was even more surprised when Daggett changed completely and got real friendly. By Friday afternoon, he was teaching Pat and me the art of whittling.
I don't know that I could ever learn to whittle that good, Daggett.
Yeah.
Say, who them fellers coming towards the house?
Well, how should I know?
It's the sheriff and one of his deputies.
Huh? Well, I thought you were a stranger around here, Autry.
I am.
Well, then, how come you recognize the sheriff?
He's wearing a badge on the front of his shirt.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Hey, I got it. Tomorrow's payday. That's a payroll box they're carrying.
Yeah, that's the way they always bring it, every Friday. Old man Mackey's got a safe in his bedroom big enough to hold all the gold in the Denver Mint.
That night after we'd gone to bed, I kept thinking about all the money Mr. Mackey was keeping in his house. The Rangers didn't have any clue on the payroll robberies in that area, but they figured the robber must be posing as a cowboy following the roundups. So I decided to get up and take a look around.
Hey, Autry, what's the big idea?
Oh, I'm worried about all that payroll in Mr. Mackey's bedroom. I'm going to take a look around and see if everything's all right.
Yeah, sure. You know something? If anything happens to that money, we'll be the first ones to be suspected. Hey, let's play it safe. I'll take turns with you, checking every couple hours to see that there's nothing wrong, eh?
That's fair enough. That way we can both get a little sleep. I'll wake you up in an hour. Well, I hid in the hall that led to Mackey's bedroom and stayed there for an hour. Nothing happened. So I went back to wake up Daggett so that he could take his turn on guard duty. He took over and I went back to bed. I must have been asleep about an hour when...
Hey, what was that?
Trouble, Pat. Turn on the light.
Yeah. Daggett, he's gone. I knew that.
Never mind about accusing him, Pat. I'll explain later. You may need help right now. Come on.
Well, hurry up, Gene. Open the door.
Well, I can't. It's locked.
You mean Daggett's locked us in?
Yeah, but we got to stop him. And there's no time to lose. Come on.
Hey, where are you going?
Through the window and around to the back door. Follow me. We found Fred Mackey lying face down in front of his open safe with a bad bullet wound. His window was wide open and the empty cash box laying on the floor. The instrument that had pried open the cash box was beside it. The pocket knife Daggett had used when he was showing us how to whittle. Two of the ranch hands took Mr. Mackey to a doctor, and the rest of us split up in groups to hunt for Daggett. Pat and I were heading toward Mesa City when I saw the lights go on in a little house over to the right. I remembered that it was Goat Miller's cabin, and I figured he was just getting back from his place in town. But Pat and I didn't know that he'd already had a visitor.
Stay right where you are, Miller, and reach.
What are you doing in my cabin?
I'll ask the questions. Now, come on, sit down in that chair. It's more than likely a posse looking for me.
What you been doing?
Just what I've been doing for a long time, only this time I had to take chances. It was too big to pass up.
Hey, that's probably some of the posse right now. You might as well give up.
If it is the posse, you're going to get rid of them.
It is. You won't have a chance, mister.
Oh, yes, I will. Now, get this. I'm going to hide in there, but the door will be open a little. Act like nothing's happened, and you'll be all right. Otherwise, it'll be the last mistake you ever made.
Oh, hello, Gene. Pat.
Hi.
Hello, Goat.
What brings you fellows out this time of night?
We're looking for a fellow named Daggett. He just shot and robbed Fred Mackey.
What?
Yep. You seen anything of him?
Nope.
Well, keep your eyes open and a gun handy, just in case.
Right, Gene. I was going straight to bed, but maybe I'd better sit up a while.
Daggett's a dangerous man.
Well, I can pass the time by writing an answer to my daughter's last letter. I just finished reading it.
Oh, yeah, writing that letter might be a good idea. Well, Goat, we better be moving along.
Yeah, we got to catch that feller. So long.
Yeah, you did real well, Miller. You're smart.
Well, there wasn't much else I could do, Daggett. But Fred Mackey is a friend of mine. A good friend.
Yeah, never mind about Mackey.
All right, Daggett, reach.
Autry.
Well, nice shooting, Gene. Knocked his gun right out of his hand.
You did all right yourself, Goat. You knocked him out.
I never saw a real goat butt that hard, Goat.
Well, Daggett won't give us any more trouble. Let's get him into town and have him locked up before he comes to. Well, now that Daggett's locked up and we know Mr. Mackey's doing all right, let's get back to the ranch. I'm tired.
I don't care how tired you are. You're not going to get back to bed without telling me how you knew Daggett was at Goat Miller's cabin.
Well, Goat told me. Practically.
Practically? Huh. He said he hadn't seen Daggett.
You remember when he said that he just finished reading a letter from his daughter and was going to answer it?
Sure, but what about it?
Well, when he told me that, I knew that he was trying to tell me a lot more.
Why?
When I was up here at Mesa City before, Goat got a letter and had me read it to him. A letter from his daughter. And he also got me to answer it for him. Goat never learned to read or write, Pat. You see, you can't say a man's dumb just because he hasn't had an education. Goat Miller couldn't read or write, but he was smart enough to help Pat and me catch a bad criminal. Folks, the settlers who came to the great land of the West sometimes had to break family ties and leave behind many friends. But among the things they brought with them were the songs that reminded them of home. Our classic for today is one of those, sung wherever people got together, at the campfire, in a parlor, and by the cowboy on a long or lonesome trail. Oh, the sun shines bright in my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the old folks are gay. The corn tops ripe and the meadows are in bloom, while the birds make music all the day. The young folks roam on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard times come a-knocking at the door. Then my old Kentucky home, good night. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for the old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home far away.
Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today.
We will sing one song for the old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home far away. Well, folks, it's time to say so long to our guests and invite everyone to be with us again for another Melody Ranch powwow over these same radio stations. Until then, this is Gene Autry asking you to keep thinking of us.
Next week at this same time, Gene Autry and all the gang from Melody Ranch will be heard over these same stations. This is Charlie Lyon inviting you to be tuned our way.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.